Greetings Internet, Didier here, and welcome to another Star Wars Unlimited local match video coming to you from Portal Comics and Gaming in Bethlehem. Today we have a pickup game that I played against my friend Bill. It is our double-double matchup, and that is the double red Mace Windu versus the double blue Yoda. Double blue Yoda is a deck that I feel is going to become more and more popular in the meta as people realize how much stronger the double aspect decks have gotten, especially in this last set. Double blue was the first type of deck that I played in this card game. So it looks like I'm going to start out with initiative and drop down Bo-Katan, and Yoda is going to claim initiative over there on Bill's side. Looks like in his hand he has a pretty stacked late game hand. Got a Yoda there. Also Ki-Adi-Mundi, Luke. So pretty stacked for the late game over there on the Luke side. He does have a Vigilance as well, so that will help him. The Yoda Vigilance will help a lot to catch up and make up for him not playing that turn 1 play. Bo-Katan, the 3/3 in double red. Great stats for double red, showing here that she can stand up to a 3-cost unit, even though she's only 2-cost here. Dropping down the red 3 on my side. Not the greatest play. Not getting that additional damage with the Bo-Katan not being a heroism unit. But being that Bill did not play a turn 1 play, just playing units down is a good idea at this point. So doing the 3 damage to Yoda, probably to just kind of set up for the kill on him. I know Bill plays a lot of equipment in his deck, as we just saw that Electro Staff right there. Also Jedi Lightsaber. Yoda is one of those characters. It's difficult to outdamage him sometimes. Like, he's a 4 damage swing for 3, and in a blue deck, that's a lot for the early game. So me knowing that, and me knowing I don't have any healing myself, I need to take out his big healing targets so I can control this game. But Bill, knowing that I was just going to take him out with the Mace power, is going to immediately start with the Yoda attack to take out the Bo-Katan, drawing the You're My Only Hope. Great setup for this turn, and me responding with the Fleet Lieutenant for 5 damage with that red 3. Going to see the Yoda here drawing all 3 copies of his Conquered Dawn, actually, I think. So we could... Oh, I see what he's doing here. So he could have did the You're My Only Hope Ki-Adi-Mundi play, but he's actually going to go with the Vigilance to get the clean kill and the clean 5 heal on the red 3. Good play here by Bill. I think a less experienced double blue player would have gone, or a less experienced Yoda player there would have gone for the Ki-Adi-Mundi play just to get it out a turn earlier. But he's actually going to save the You're My Only Hope for the 5 turn because he has that Luke in his hand. So he's going to be able to potentially get out Luke Skywalker this turn. Going to start out with 3 damage and see where we go from here. Dropping down the Rey. Rey being a very strong character in the Mace Windu match because of the healing that she could do. I'm going to do the aggression on Rey, I assume. Knowing how strong Rey is in this matchup, I want to take her out as fast as possible. Get that card draw. I know these blue matchups are very, very grindy, so when I do aggression against blue, I often am using the card draw to make up for the fact that I am spending my cards on removal, and I want to still hit my resource drops going into the late game here. Yep, so getting that total of 6 damage, discussing exactly what Mace Windu does, exactly what Mace Windu does there. Getting that 6 damage on Rey. So now, as I was saying in the beginning, double blue is one of the first decks that I built in this game. Double blue Luke it was. I think Yoda takes double blue and brings it to just a much higher level, because one of the things that double blue hero struggles with is the late game bomb, like late game closers outside of Luke Skywalker, because having only a single closer is difficult when your entire deck is dedicated to stall. So Yoda really is just a very powerful leader that is a game closer and adds a lot to this deck archetype. So we're going to start out here with the Ray attack, missing the trigger on the heal. This is a mistake that Bill and I talked about. We caught it after this game. So we talked about it at the end of game 1. And so going into game 2, you will see us correct this mistake here that we forgot that Ray would heal herself there on that attack. But yep, double Fleet Lieutenanting it up for 5 damage into the base, doing a lot of Fleet Lieutenant plays, knowing that I could take out that Ray. Another thing that Bill and I talked about this match is playing the Bendu Ray play is very powerful in the double blue archetype. Oh, actually, oh my geez, what happened there? He actually passed because he thought I was going to just kill Ray, but I actually claimed then. That was kind of a crazy sequence of events there. But yeah, so makes sense because he wanted to get the You're My Only Hope on Luke there, and that's the reason why he did that. Yeah, and I don't think he was considering that I was going to pass out there, although the fact that I had already spent my resource there, I spent a little bit of my resource. I did a single Fleet Lieutenant. So yep, we're going to go into the next round. The double flip turn, I think is this a double flip turn? Yes, this is the double flip turn. We both flip on 7. Going to start out with the defeat on Ray there. So the Yoda power's coming out. He can still Luke for 5, which looks like he's going to do. He puts that Luke on top. Still going to do the Luke for 5. And just give him, allow him to develop his board a lot this turn. Be able to play that Luke for 5. Be able to play probably that Queel. Yep, we're going to see the You're My Only Hope here. Take out that Fleet Lieutenant. Save him a little bit of damage there. Yep, for 5. Leave up 2 resources. He still does have the Yoda flip as well. So we are going to see a pretty clear board here coming out. So this is the Mace flip. I do probably want to slow play this Mace flip as much as possible because I want to try to damage Yoda. So we'll see how slow I actually play it. If I remember, this was, I do have that open fire in my hand. I think this was actually a misplay because I was burning a lot of my aggressions and drawing cards, which is not a bad thing. But I know that he has a lot of equipment in his deck, and we're seeing that he has that Forces with me in his hand, and me just kind of burning my aggressions by just drawing cards, I feel like was a misplay in this situation. But we're going to see the Grenade Strike actually to damage the Queel and damage the Luke Skywalker, setting up for the Mace flip here to be able to take out both the Luke Skywalker and the Yoda. The Yoda flip's going to get the protection discard. He had to do that blind there because, of course, he did You're My Only Hope earlier in combat. Doing it blind, not getting the unit kill. Seeing the Mace flip, taking out both Luke Skywalker and Queel here. Pretty even 2 Jedi leaders standing up to each other. Yoda coming into the base for 4 damage and heal 2. This is another thing that Yoda is really good at. He's great at base racing. Once he flips, he's got that 6 damage swing. He is one of the strongest leaders in the game at 4-9 Restore 2. A very, very strong leader. So we are now in the late game. It is official. We are in the late game. Now, if you saw my previous Mace Windu video, you know that I recently added Crate Dragons to the main deck to solve the blue matchup. This is the match I played where I decided to do that. So in this version of the Mace Windu red deck, I do not have Crate Dragon main, so you will be not seeing Crate Dragon in this match. And it was also a friendly pickup game, so we didn't sideboard either. I had them in my sideboard in the original build. But since then, they got added to the main deck, and like I said, this match is the reason I did that. Because right now we are on 8 resource. We are going to see the Forces with me come into the base for 6 damage, heal 2. Even though Bill started out really slow with that non-unit play, he did make up for it with that huge Vigilance earlier, and making up for it here with this tons of damage coming in with Yoda, and that Force is with me. Me sending in my Fleet Lieutenant there for damage, dropping down the Village Protector to just protect from damage. He could actually be swinging in this game right now. He's got double shields. Mace Windu is going to have trouble getting through there. Well, we're going to see the Rancor come down and double take out the shields there, and take out the shields for the Village Protectors to let Mace come in and actually take out that Sentinel. I am going to be self-damaging my units a little bit, but that happens. A grenade strike would be excellent here, but unfortunately we don't have it. We are just going to go in with Mace Windu. Grenade strike or a daring raid would have been really, really good there. But we are going to see the A-Wing, so we're going to see that last 2 resource spent. I did see Bill just, yes, he does have the Redemption. The Redemption is online. We are going into the 9 resource turn. So huge hyper late game. You can see how grindy this match is, how grindy these 2 decks are. Mace doesn't have healing, but definitely can control the field very well. So going into this 9 resource turn, we have Redemption. Redemption is going to be a huge swing. Yoda is just a monster still. He's sitting at 6-11. Very, very strong there. Dropping down the Bendu, so we'll have to see if that can stick. The Bendu can stick. I think I still do have no, I have an open fire in my hand. So I do have some damage I can do. Yep, we're going to see the open fire onto the Bendu. 4 damage, get him down to 3. This is one of the things about Mace Windu is after you flip Mace, it's a little weird sometimes because you don't have any Mace ability to augment the cards in your hand anymore. So you're just kind of like hopefully pushing in to win at this point in the game. But the Yoda just keeps coming in for large damage. This is the third... Is this the 3rd time? Yes, the 3rd attack we've seen with Yoda, all taking me all the way up to 20 damage on my base, showing the power of not only Yoda, but also Yoda when you give Yoda experience. Just such a powerful leader. The double blue Sentinels coming in strong here to slow down my push. Bill is only at 13, so this could be... I could be in a bad spot here. The healing has been a lot. But we're going to see the Fleet Lieutenant take out Bendu. You could argue for the Overwhelm. Oh, and then the Conquered Dawn there to stop the red... Stop the A-Wing. Yeah, unfortunate. You could argue that I could send in the Rancor for the Overwhelm damage. You could argue that. That would be more raw damage. But I wanted to play around both Vigilance and Takedown. I did not want to put my Rancor in Takedown range, nor did I want to leave easy Vigilance targets up, so that was my reasoning there. But pushing in heavy damage here, pushing in heavy damage here with that ready Cassian smuggle play, just pushing in big numbers here, getting built all the way up to 27. This is surely the last turn going into the 10 resource turn. The double-double is a serious grind. So Bill at 27, myself at 20. Just being able to overwhelm the field with the Rancor. Like the Rancor just did a ton of work on the previous turn and a ton of work on the turn that it was played. Rancor, just an excellent card, taking those shields away. Yeah, so I actually did have lethal if he didn't play that Conquered Dawn, which is very significant there. So yep, going into the 10 resource turn, I think he still does have that Redemption in his hand, so he does have a little bit of an out here, but the ground has an insurmountable amount of damage. So we are going to see the Redemption to see if this can help him stabilize just a little bit, take off that 8 damage on the base, go to 19. So I think Yoda, one of the things that makes Yoda blue, or Yoda in general, very powerful is the interaction with You're My Only Hope and Redemption. Going to push in 5 damage with Mace here, just get him, because I know that I think... Well, Rancor would threaten lethal if he didn't heal with Yoda, but he is going to heal with Yoda, so we'll have to see what is done here. Alternatively, with the redemption, Bill could, and it actually might have been a better play, Bill could have only healed the base 6 instead of 8 to make sure the redemption has 3 HP left, so Mace does not answer hit. Oh, well, actually, I don't even have Mace. Never mind. I don't even have Mace. Never mind. So, yeah. What is going to happen? The redemption definitely puts an interesting spin on this. 3 damage on Yoda. Going to go in with the Rancor. Of course, that experience on Yoda is making the Rancor unable to take him out. The Electro Staff on Yoda, seemingly small, but actually significant because we do have 10 resources, and I have Open Fire Mace in my hand. And Open Fire Mace does not take out Yoda with Electro Staff, so instead we're going to see the Open Fire on the Conquer Dawn, and then the A-Wing is going to take out the redemption. So yeah, potentially he could have only healed the base 5 instead of 8 and left the redemption with 4 HP. But then, yeah, that probably wouldn't have been good because then I open fire it. He didn't know I had the open fire, but I'm just trying to think of like how he can get the last damage in that he needs, because all he needs to do is swing with Yoda and redemption. Like, I feel like he needed lethal this turn, like this upcoming turn, to have a chance. Like, this damage seesaw game that we're playing with each other right now, it's flipping to my side too much because I'm playing too many units. So I was thinking of a way that he could swing with redemption to end the game. Like, that's 6 damage would be very significant. So always got to think about that. Like, redemption is one of the hardest cards to play because of that. Because you always got to think about like different ways. So yep, that's going to be the end of game 1. Going to Mace Windu, nail biter there. Of course, Bill not starting with the turn 1 play put him on the back burner there. He did make up for it with an on-curve Yoda and Vigilance play. I think the Vigilance was very significant there in order to restabilize himself. And then likewise, me playing around the You're My Only Hope a little bit with the passing and things, not taking out Rey when it was kind of a low-hanging fruit, definitely changed the game there. So, yep, as I was saying about the double blue, I think being that my original deck was double blue, I gave it up for specific reasons in set 1. And those reasons were that you didn't have a game sealer. Like, redemption doesn't seal the game, right? Like, as we saw, it's very easy. Like, the main shtick with redemption is how it self-damages itself. And then it just easily gets removed then after that. It's not a sticky unit whatsoever. It does do 6 damage, but it's not really one for sealing out games. It's more one for elongating the game and restabilizing. And again, it's just kind of showing the double blue decks are really, really good at stalling, elongating the game. But they didn't have a game sealer. And I think what Yoda, the leader Yoda, does for the double blue archetype is give you a guaranteed game sealer every game. So I think we're going to see a lot more of the Yoda. So Bill actually drawing into 2 You're My Only Hopes, thinking about resourcing one, but actually deciding to not resource it. He has Grief Karga and 2 You're My Only Hopes and a Redemption. Looks like he's going to resource the Redemption, keep the You're My Only Hope Ki-Adi Mundi that he has, and drop the Grief Karga. Really good hand over there by Bill. Yeah, but I think Bill only plays, I want to say 6 or 7 equipment. I want to say 7 equipment. So Grief does whiff a lot for him. But his reasoning, we talk about it because we both kind of build double blue Yoda, and we talk about this. His reasoning is that he wants that the units, like he doesn't mind the units dying because of Yoda ability. So this is a good situation where you could consider that, because he does have that You're My Only Hope in hand, where it's okay with that Grief could perish. But yep, pushing in damage with Red 3, seeing the Yoda again, and pushing in damage with Grief. So we do have that You're My Only Hope Ki-Adi-Mundi in hand. That is online. We are actually going to see the Daring Raid on the Yoda, I assume. Yes. I don't like Yoda, and I don't like fighting Yoda. I think, actually, I want to say that was a misplay, yeah. Because I have that Fleet Lieutenant in my hand, and I actually kind of wanted to Fleet Lieutenant the A-Wing into the base with that 3 resource to put the more powerful unit on board. It's always good in the early stages of the game to develop your board, especially in the Mace Windu deck, because it kind of allows you to ride out the mid-game a little bit easier. With stacking removal effects, riding out the mid-game is easier when you have a nice developed board with units. But the Daring Raid on the Yoda is not terrible. And we're actually going to see the Grenade Strike to finish taking out Yoda. Potentially there I could have took out the Grief. I think I was just afraid, like, if I got Yoda to 3 damage, I was afraid of him, like, Jedi lightsabering Yoda or shielding Yoda in some way to save the Yoda. I think that was my reasoning, and I just wanted Yoda off the field. But yep, he is going to Yoda here. Oh no, he drew from Yoda, that's right, and he's just going to Vigilance. Wow, and the shield on Grief Karga, but immediately responding to take off that shield with the Mace Windu power there. Yeah, so really off-curve plays by me here. Not the greatest plays here at all, I feel. I'm playing very, very off-curve because it looks like we're not going to spend my resources there. Again, like I spent a resource to take off the shield off Grief, and I'm leaving this one resource up. So not the greatest turn 3 there on the Mace side of things. Vigilance, can't go wrong with an on-curve Vigilance play. As long as you're killing a unit. But yeah, we're going to see, am I going to open with Mace just to take him out? I think the fear with Yoda, and you could see me hesitating, and I think I hesitated there for good reason. The thing with Yoda is if you open with a unit kill, it gives them so many options. You're kind of playing right into the You're My Only Hope, and you can see me playing around that. This is honestly, like, I've played Bill a few times now with his Yoda deck. This is probably like the 5th or 6th match we played. And I'm starting to not play into the Yoda. So good job, Didier. Stop playing into Yoda. Yeah, because if I open and kill Grief there, he easily You're My Only Hope's Ki-Adi-Mundi this turn. So instead, we see the Rey instead. Rey, very strong in this matchup. Like I said, Bill and I talked in between these matches and mentioned about how Rey can actually heal herself, which is very significant in this matchup. We got Fell the Dragons, Luke Skywalker, still got that You're My Only Hope in hand, and then a Bendu as well. So we are really curving out here. We have a big curve out on the blue side of things. So this is going into the 6th turn. It's interesting that we both come out on 7. Makes it for a very interesting 7 turn. Not often do you have 2 7 leaders going up against each other. But yeah, I'm going to see Rey go into the base and remember to heal her for 2 this time. Negating half of the open fire that was done to her in the previous turn. Not great. Again, like you could just see the weird sequencing happen here. You always want to, usually 9 times out of 10, when you open fire, you want to follow up with Mace Power to get the extra 2 damage. It's unfortunate here. So we're going to have to send the Sabine in and to do the 3 damage, take her up to 5 damage. Just really slow, grindy plays here to try to take out the units. I know how strong Rey is with the shielding and Bendu and things like that. I don't want him to be able to get a shield train on Bendu, and I know that Bendu is one of Double Blue's and one of Bill's favorite cards. Getting close to that Anakin's Interceptor threshold there for the extra damage. Going to see the You're My Only Hope for the redemption. A huge play here. Redemption, early redemption, just to take that 7 damage off with the 1 heal on Rey. Very significant with the 1 heal on Rey there. Because the Rancor is not going to take out the Rey. The Rey still survives. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, always remember that redemption can heal units and bases, both of them. So always consider that. Big swing there by the Yoda deck with that redemption. So we are going into the double flip turn. I can actually... Do I have initiative? I think Yoda has initiative. Yeah, because I dropped on Rancor and he claimed. I can flip for a double clear. Well, not anymore. Rey healing. Yeah, potentially he could have healed... Actually, here it might have been better for him to heal redemption. Because oh, wait. Nope, never mind. Because then Anakin's Interceptor takes out redemption. Okay, so yep. Good on Bill. Bill knows what he's doing. Good job, Bill. Yep, so the Mace flip's going to take out redemption and take Rey. That Rey has been sitting at 6 damage for like 7 turns. I swear. But seriously though, Rey. Is it time? How much healing has Rey had done on her? So yep, we're going to see the Rancor come in here, take out Rey, do some nice overwhelm damage. We know we're going to see the Yoda flip. He just Yoda powered, and he also has all of his resources up, so we could see Luke as well. Looks like, yeah, no, he does have a Luke. So you have the Yoda flip, take out. So potentially, he could have just played Luke there on Mace. That is definitely an option. But he probably wanted to buff Yoda instead of playing the Luke, I assume. Yeah, because it looks like we're on the 7 turn. So he has Forces with Me. Forces with Me is risky in the double red matchup, though. Yeah, it looks like Forces with Me. And then is he going to, like, blind the You're My Only Hope? I think he just really likes putting Forces with Me on Yoda. Which is a good play, because I think I do have... Yes, I have that Mace Windu in my hand that I've been trying to use. So I would have been able to, which is why I attacked with Yoda. I attacked Mace with Yoda. I attacked Yoda with Mace immediately, because I have that Mace Windu in my hand to try to ready it. Yeah, because I pretty much know that if he sticks Yoda... I'm so far behind in this base race right now. I'm so far behind. If he sticks Yoda for very long, I just lose. So he's going to get just he blinds the You're My Only Hope. And then just gets the Conqueror Dawn. Yeah, unfortunate here, the Mace Windu play for no ambush. That's a mistake. I should have just ambushed the shield, even though it's, like, bad. I know I need to take out Yoda, so I should have known that. Even though it's so bad, like, even though Mace only survives with 1 HP, and all I do is take out a shield. But here, we're going to see the Fell the Dragon immediately on Mace. Just kind of showing, for sure, I should have did that play. Because potentially here, I have another Mace Windu in my hand. Potentially here, I could have, if I would have taken out the shield with the first Mace Windu, I could have taken out the shield with the leader. Did 5 damage with the leader, and then taken him out and ready with the other Mace in my hand. But instead, we're going to see the red 3. Yoda coming in here for big damage, just continuously healing and doing big damage. This is not looking good for Mace. Tons of damage on my side of things. It's unfortunate that, that's 5 damage down the drain there with that Anakin's Interceptor attack with the red 3. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But we're going to see the ready Cassian here, and with red 3 is going to be able to push in. See, I have 10 damage on the ground, but it does not matter. I absolutely need to double trade here with red 3. In order to take out the Yoda, it's pretty much my only way, my only path to victory. Bill had claimed with resources up, knowing that I was one Yoda attack away from losing the game, thinking that he had it likely with the large number of HP that Yoda had left and the shield. Yep, surely going to go into the final turn here. I still have that Mace Windu in my hand, and he's just going to Vigilance to add insult to injury, take out that red 3, and just heal him to 0 damage on his base. Is he going to end this game with 0 damage? I think he's going to end this game with 0 damage, because this is the end right here. That is the lethal Razor Crest. I was hoping he played a ground unit with my Mace Windu in my hand, like a Kanan. I was really hoping he played a Kanan. But unfortunately, no Kanan. We have Razor Crest to end the game. So the first result of the double-double is a 1-1 result. We played this match prior to the local tournament, like the local Swiss like casual event. So we didn't have time for a third match. So I do apologize. We're going to end this as a tie, 1-1. I apologize. We'll have to get game 3 in. And more Mace match videos out there. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe for all the best match videos and Mace Windu. And as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming.